Next up, a group of women come together to form the aerial performance troupe Weird Sisters Circus. Let's take a look at how they showcase their choreography involving daring maneuvers in the air with no safety harness.
I never really had the intention of becoming an aerial performer. It was something that found me, quite frankly.
I was very interested in some sort of moving art form. So a friend of mine invited me to come take a class at a local school in Detroit where they taught circus arts. And I was very excited to do so. So I put my leotard on and got down there as quick as I could. And I just had a blast.
I met Cheryl through an ex-boyfriend, and then I heard that she had started training at a circus school that I'd heard about, and so I started going, and later on I met Sarah at this same school, and so we kind of all were training together, and we all knew each other from that time.
Irina and I did a showcase for the circus school, and the video of that got sent to a promoter for the Dirty Show. And he ended up booking us for 5 nights, and we had never performed before, and yeah, we just showed up and did it.
We came together as a troupe in 2011. Sarah and I were performing at the Dirty Show that spring, and then later this summer, June of 2011, we formed the Weird Sisters officially, and that was the start.
Weird Sisters came about at a time when there wasn't quite as much going on as far as circus arts goes. It's actually grown a lot since we've started. But at the time there was only a couple other companies that were really performing aerial arts in the area, and so we came about as the newest group to kind of be formed and put together an act that was just so thrilling for us to build and create together, and really enjoyed spending time together. So we decided that we wanted to do this more than just once, and after we came up with the name, I mean, why give it up at that point? You've got a name, people know it, and people like it. So we just started, doing photo shoots and building our website and booking other gigs beyond that.
We've done a lot of different festivals and art shows. Some of the bigger shows include the Pistons halftime at the Palace, and the North American International Auto Show for the past 3 years in a row.
I love performing because you get kind of like a high off of it. It's just, all these people are watching you and they're reacting to the things that you're doing, and you can like set up a drop and hold it for a minute and then get into it really fast and shock everybody, and they're like cheering. I mean, who doesn't love that?
Generally, we are given a sort of theme. So there's a party or an event where there's a theme, and then the client may have a very specific request in terms of costuming and music and character, but oftentimes we're just sort of fitting ourselves with the theme and creating a character that we've decided. So sometimes it can be like real strict boundaries, other times we have a lot of room to be creative.
My favorite part is building an act, putting together choreography, working off of each other, even working through transitions that you've never done before, and then getting them down to the point where you feel really comfortable performing it in front of people.
I'm actually inspired by Irina and Cheryl, because everybody has different strengths, so they go up and do things that I totally can't do, and then we get to work together and they teach me how to do things and I teach them things, and yeah, it's inspiring just being in rehearsals. Irina has a lot of upper body strength, Cheryl's extremely flexible, I have a lot of back flexibility, so we kind of like work with what everybody's really good at.
There's a good balance of silliness and sort of experimenting and laughter, but there's also quite a bit of seriousness and listening for cues, agreeing and discovering cues together, and sort of figuring out what works for one person may not work for another person, so we have to find those movements that we all feel comfortable with and proficient with, which is actually a lot harder than you would imagine. But it's always a challenge, but it's always really rewarding.
We're trying to make sure that all of the movements are precise. So if somebody puts their arm here, the other person's arm can't be up here. You have to have everybody moving in the exact same way so that it looks like symmetrical.
It can be a very dangerous art form, hence why when people see us perform, they sometimes scream when we do drops and stuff. I mean, it's dangerous looking, and that's probably part of the excitement for a lot of people.
I was at a convention center, and we were set up sort of in the middle of everything, and I did like a big drop, and a grown man yelled, I totally shocked him because he wasn't expecting it.
There's always something to work on in aerial, which is why for me it's so exciting, because it's like I'm continuously breaking down these boundaries of what my body can and can't do. I'm continuously finding limitations and then pushing through them. And so it's like, I feel like this infinite capacity for personal growth.
So it's almost like you're waiting for your reward. You know, you're working up to getting strong enough to earn that reward of the adrenaline rush. It's a total body workout, so it definitely is going to affect all aspects of your physical strength, but it also helps you build confidence at the same time. Confidence that you know your reps and confidence that you yourself can do these things that you've seen maybe circus performers do.
I think it's fairly newly popular, so people see us perform or they see Cirque du Soleil or something like that and they're like, I want to try that, and then they realize that they can. We teach classes.
Generally speaking, most of the people that take the class just happen to be women, and it's exciting for me to be the teacher, because I'm sharing this art that's also incredibly empowering, because part of training is, well, you have to transform your body, literally. You literally have to change your body to be able to do what I can do. So it's exciting for me to watch women get stronger. It's empowering for women, and I'm glad to be able to share that with my students.
My goal is just that we continue to build new acts and continue to create something that's unique and original for the audience.
Bigger and better. We want to continue performing. We want to continue booking shows at large venues and sharing what we've been working on, and continue challenging ourselves as a troupe and creating new acts. Yeah, the sky's the limit.
The Nnamdi Center is located in Detroit's Sugar Hill Art District and has 4 exhibition spaces, indoor and outdoor performance areas, and a movement center, which goes along with our motion theme today.